Furious African nations have demanded an apology from Donald Trump after he reportedly called nations on the continent assholes. Members of the African Union have expressed their shock, dismay and outrage, adding that the Trump administration has misunderstood Africans. The president earlier fled a White House meeting room after being ambushed with questions over his controversial remarks. He made a swift exit after a reporter asked him, "President, will you give an apology for the statement yesterday?" before adding, "Mr. President, are you a racist?" Trump has strenuously denied making any racially aggravated comments, but his claims have been contradicted by Senator Dick Durbin, a Democrat who was present during yesterday's immigration meeting. According to the senator, the president in the course of his comments said things which were hate-filled, violent, racist. It is alleged that Trump made a series of remarks describing immigrants from S-hole countries like Haiti and El Salvador. The U.S. president reportedly demanded to know why the U.S. should have to accept people fleeing third-world natural disasters, according to two sources. Declaring these comments as racist, UN human rights spokesman Rupert Colville said, "These are shocking and shameful comments from the President of the United States. There is no other word one can use but racist. You cannot dismiss entire countries and continents as S-holes, whose entire populations, who are not white, are therefore not welcome." The claims emerged following a meeting with lawmakers on revamping immigration rules. Taking to Twitter more than 2 hours after the UN spokesman said Trump's comments were more than vulgar language, Trump tweeted, "Never said anything derogatory about Haitians other than Haiti is, obviously, a very poor and troubled country. Never said take them out. Made up by Dems. I have a wonderful relationship with Haitians. Probably should record future meetings. Unfortunately, no trust." Initially, Trump denied the claims, tweeting, "The language used by me at the DACA meeting was tough, but this was not the language used. What was really tough was the outlandish proposal made a big setback for DACA." He later added, "Sadly, Democrats want to stop paying our troops and government workers in order to give a sweetheart deal, not a fair deal, for DACA. Take care of our military and our country first." According to reports, Haiti has summoned a U.S. official to explain Trump's alleged comments, and now Botswana has followed suit. In a shocking outburst at the Oval Office, Trump said, according to the Washington Post, "Why are we having all these people from S-hole countries come here?" The president reputedly went on to add, "Why do we need more Haitians? Take them out," he told people in the meeting, CNN reported. Mr. Colville referred back to Trump's inability to condemn the anti-Semitic and racist actions of white supremacists in Charlottesville at a rally in Virginia last August. Trump's shocking immigration rant came during a private meeting as Democratic Senator Dick Durbin outlined an immigration deal put together by 6 senators which they took to Trump for backing. The White House did not deny the reports, but instead suggested the president was fighting for permanent solutions that strengthen the nation through a merit-based immigration system. Certain Washington politicians choose to fight for foreign countries, but President Trump will always fight for the American people, White House spokesman Raj Shah said in a statement. It emerged as Trump cancelled next month's visit to the UK, blaming the new £750 million US embassy in a rant on Twitter. He will always reject temporary, weak and dangerous stopgap measures that threaten the lives of hardworking Americans and undercut immigrants who seek a better life in the United States through a legal pathway. In the past year, Trump has raised eyebrows with his stance on sensitive race issues in America. He has denounced NFL players who kneel during the national anthem in protest at police brutality against African Americans and made questionable comments about a white supremacist rally in Virginia that turned violent. Trump's latest comments angered Illinois State Senator Raoul, whose Haitian parents immigrated to the U.S. in the 1950s. "I don't think there's any apologizing out of this," the Chicago Democrats said of Trump. "He's demonstrated himself to be unfit, unknowledgeable about the history of this country and the history of contributions that immigrants, particularly Haitian immigrants, have made to this country." Raoul, who was appointed to the Illinois legislature to fill the vacancy left by Barack Obama's 2004 election to the U.S. Senate, added that it was a personal slight too. His father worked as a doctor on Chicago's South Side for decades, often serving poor and vulnerable populations. "It makes me embarrassed to have this guy as the president of my country," said Raoul, who's running in Illinois' March primary for state attorney general. "We pay for your stories. Do you have a story for the Sun online news team? Email us at tips@thesun.com.